What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition here to make BCAA great again. Anyway, guys, here to answer all your questions. As I do, we also have a great group on Facebook, the Tiger Fitness group. It's linked down below. Check it out. This question actually came directly from the Tiger Fitness group. So let's get to it. This comes from Richard Clark. Been lifting roughly 8-ish years. Past year or so, I have suffered major burnout. Zero motivation to train or even worry about diet, etc. How can someone flip the switch and get back on track to get the drive back and actually enjoy training again versus it being a chore you dread? Unfortunately, burnout happens. And the key is to maintain some kind of enjoyment for what you do. Maybe you need to vary it up. Look, CrossFit. People make fun of it, but I love CrossFit, and here's why. Because it gets people to enjoy training. Hell, it makes training great again. At the end of the day, if you're excited about what you're doing, if you're enjoying it, you're gonna have more fun. Look, I gotta be real. Last year when I decided to become a fake boxer and do that charity match for a little bit, I'll be real, man. At that point, I was pretty much tired of weight training. By going and putting my focus into boxing first and weight training second, dude, it lifted me up. It made it so training was actually funner for me. It made me actually look forward to weight training. And when I stopped boxing as my priority and made that secondary, it honestly, dude, I love weight training again like I did 5 years ago. And I've been training for 25 plus years. It's all about also perspective. You need your why. Like in life, you need your why. Like, why do you go to work? Why do you wake up early? Why do you eat good? Why do you train? What is your why? Now, for me, one thing that keeps me in the gym, I'll be real, not every day I go to the gym and I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna crush it. No. Sometimes I go to the gym and I'm like, I don't wanna be here. My stomach's uneasy. Maybe I'm a little bit tired because I had to work extra the day before. Maybe I had to do some chores around the house that made me tired. Maybe my kids had a nightmare and woke me up. Sometimes I don't feel like training, but I do it anyway. Training should become a habit. It's actually been shown in research done on habits that laying out your clothes before going to the night before you go to the gym that morning will actually make you more likely to go to the gym because it creates a habit. It takes 3 weeks to form a habit. So maybe one thing for you to do is do it before work, do it before anything. It's easy to not have motivation at 6 p.m. after a long day work, after all the stress involved in life. Maybe you work outside, maybe you work in a cubicle. Either way, you're either lacking light or you're doing something really physical that's gonna drain you. There's very few jobs where you get off work and you're like, man, it's like I didn't even work. You're either gonna be mentally drained, physically drained, or just like sitting around doing nothing all day. It depends. There's no such thing as a perfect job where you're just like, yep, bro, I'm gonna train. If you have a real job like I do, it gets hard. And at the end of the day, I'm sometimes not ready to train. Some people are different, but you get to that gym. What motivates me is my kids, and I'm not trying to be mean or elitist by any means, but this is the God's honest truth, the God's honest truth. You know, I go to the gym and I train hard. And one reason is to look a certain way. I love being big. I love having abs. I love my chest. I love having striated quads. I love it because it sets me apart. I go to soccer games every weekend, multiple soccer games. My kids, all 3 of them, well, 2 of them play travel soccer. One will be playing travel soccer when he's old enough. And I see the other dads and moms, and honestly, it frightens me that I can be like them if I don't work out. And not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just that I hate average. Average scares the shit out of me. Nothing is more scary to me than thinking that, wow, I'm average. I don't want to have an average job. I don't want to have an average house. I don't want to have anything average. And to have an average body, which in my opinion is literally the embodiment of you, that's something you work to either look a certain way or not look a certain way. And it doesn't take that long. I train maybe 45 to 60 minutes a day, and I eat pretty healthy. You know, to maintain a semblance of a physique is really not that tough once you get it. To maintain it isn't that tough. So one thing that keeps me going is not being average. So Richard, here's the thing, man. It's your why. For me, the why is I want my kids to say, that's my dad. And he works hard and he looks a certain way and he doesn't like average. And I also love having energy, being in shape, being fit, being strong, eating healthy, having proper nutrition. It makes you feel better. You'll have more energy than your peers. Having more energy as your peers means you can work more hours. You can work more hours, plus you can be a better dad when you're home. You won't be sitting on the couch being like, oh, where's my six-pack? Not that kind of six-pack. I'm talking a six-pack of beer. A lot of dads go home, they crack open a cold one. I don't want to be that guy. So what's your why? Why do you go? If you don't have a goal in mind, either long-term, short-term, or both, you're destined to fail. Find your why, get your ass to the gym, stop being average, stop being complacent, stop being mediocre. There's nothing wrong with not being in shape. There's nothing wrong with not exercising. If that's your cup of tea, that's great. But you're in the Tiger Fitness group, man. You're a part of this community. You're not here because you want to be average. You're here because you might be average. You want to become better than average. You might be below average. You want to get to average and then become better than average. But I'd like to think that people who watch my stuff, that people who follow the Tiger Fitness group, that people who do anything in this community, on YouTube, on Chris Jones's channel, Elliot Hulse's channel, on the Hodge Twins, whoever it is, that you're trying to be better. And you're not watching this just to pass time. If you want a gossipy channel, you'll go to those guys just talking mess about each other, just, doing all, that's not why you're here. You didn't click on this video to be average. And I'm assuming you don't want to be average. There's nothing wrong with average. Unless you're me, because I despise average. And if you like being average, don't listen to me. Because I help people become fucking great. Because I strive for greatness. Have I reached it yet? That's all relative. But I will always strive to be great. Hopefully that helped you out a little bit, Richard. Appreciate you tuning in. Anyway, guys, be sure to click on the link down below. Join the Tiger Fitness group. And of course, I'm going to link an article that is relevant to this topic. And that's not a game.